Okay, I want to do a short video on a Craigslist deal that I made today. I live in the Northeast in New York, Western New York, and it's very hard to source this time of the year. There's no garage sales. The estate sales are pretty skimpy, so I really try to find good Facebook Marketplace and Craigslist deals. This one here, I actually had to drive about an hour and 45 minutes today, but I drove along Cayuga Lake, one of the Finger Lakes, and it was a nice drive. And it turned out to be a pretty good deal. The lake was pretty nice. I'll show you what I got here real quick. I got some Esco Host chalkware. I sold some of these a few weeks ago. They sold pretty well and I made pretty good money on them. So I made a deal with this lady. She initially wanted $75 a piece. That is not what I paid. I got a Ronald Reagan here, which I think will go for about $125. He's in really good shape. I got a Chico Marx, which is another probably 125 to 150. And then I've got the Al Jolson, which should be worth the most, although Al Jolson's got some issues here. With this chocolate, sometimes things get chipped up. You can see his fingers are a little bit chipped up, and he's got a nick here. He's got some on his hair, which is a little bit harder to see here. But he usually goes in the range of $175 to $200. So the three of these together, I paid $100 for. I kind of made that deal ahead of time that as long as they were in decent shape, that was kind of the agreed on price. She had three others. I ended up picking up two of those three. One is Louis Armstrong. She really didn't want to give up on Louis Armstrong, but I got Louis Armstrong for $20. He's not quite as valuable as the other ones. She was really attached to him for some reason. And then back here, I've got Humphrey Bogart, who's also looks like he's in really good condition. Again, not as valuable as the other three, but I did get her to agree to $20, and he sells more for like $80. So does Armstrong. So a little bit less profit, but I was already there. It was an hour and 45 minutes away, so I figured, go ahead and do it. She also had a Milton Berle that would have been a pretty good one. He looks like he's worth about $100, but he had a chip out of the head. At the back of the head looked like it had been glued on, like maybe the whole head had fallen off. She failed to disclose that, but as I was looking at it, I could see some glue residue and part where the chip was not there. So I really wasn't interested in that one. I mean, it's not uncommon for these to have some issues. I mean, you can see here, even on Louis Armstrong, he's got some, some imperfections, but they'll typically, I think, still sell. May hurt the value a little bit. But with that, that glue residue and the obviousness that one had been fixed, that wasn't going to work. So I said no to that one. One other thing, on the way home, I stopped at the Goodwill and I picked this up here. This is some software. It's a study Bible. Everything looks like it's in there, and these were all over the place. I mean, some were like $30 and some were like $80, $90 going for, but there was I think there was 8 solds and like 12 available. So for $3, I don't know that it'll sell real quick. But anything that says Bible on it always catches my interest, and when I looked in here, everything seemed to be in there, so I can afford to let it sit and make some easy money. So that was my day today. Again, nice trip, a little bit longer, but probably beats driving around going from expensive estate sale to expensive estate sale, to make $40, $50 maybe. Take the drive, take the sure thing, get these 5 figures. And I think, take out fees and all that kind of stuff, I think I should make right around about $400 on these 5. I don't know how quick they'll sell. I know most of them are, there's none available right now, so that's always good. The other thing was, this is probably one of the first times I actually had somebody ask me kind of like what I plan on doing with them. Is I was trying to negotiate on the Louis Armstrong and the Bogart one, and really trying to get her down and tell her I wasn't going to be spending $30, $35 a piece on them. She was kind of like, "Oh, what do you plan on doing with these? Do you plan on enjoying them, or do you plan on selling them?" And so kind of in that moment, I told her, well, I plan on enjoying them a little bit and then passing them on. That was the best response that I could give. I think she was kind of like wanted to involve that in the negotiations, like she was going to give me a better price if I planned on keeping them. I told her don't let that enter into your thought in terms of what you're willing to let them go for. So I think she kind of softened up after a little bit in terms of being okay with me selling them. You know, frankly, I don't know why somebody would care once it's changed hands. And she really wanted to get rid of these. You know, she had a few more of them. She had sold them. She said she was tired of bringing them down the stairs for people to look at and just to buy one. So I was able to get all four for $140, or all five, sorry, for $140. And I would have taken the Milton Berle too, but not with the damage. So that was my day. You know, home by 1 o'clock. Nice drive around the lake. Saw some cool things. Saw a Mackenzie Childs. I don't know if it was a factory garden store or something like that. It was pretty interesting looking. I probably should have taken a video of it. Saw some $1 million homes along the lake. So kind of an interesting day, and ultimately should be a profitable one.